In The Raven, when a madman begins committing horrific murders based on Edgar Allan Poe's work, a young Baltimore detective joins forces with Poe to stop him from making his stories a reality.
Edgar Allan Poe.
To what may I attribute the honor of your call?
The night before last, a young girl and her mother were found murdered. The daughter's body was lodged in a chimney. The mother's head severed with a straight razor.
You're referring to one of my stories, a work of fiction.
I'm afraid I am not.
As soon as I heard about The Raven, I was hooked. Edgar Allan Poe is cool. That time period is cool, and then, of course, as soon as I saw the trailer, I saw that the tone of the movie was right up my alley. I have to be honest with you up front here. I'm a sucker for that tone, that time period. I knew I was going to like The Raven just for that reason, so just being up front, that right off the bat got it some points for me. However, I can easily see why people wouldn't like the movie, and I did enjoy it overall. I had fun with it, and I'll get, into that in just a moment, but the first problem right off the bat is that it's really... While obviously a fictional story, the plot, it's not at all, in my opinion, an accurate depiction of Poe. It seems like it's like the action-y version of Poe. I don't think, and I could be wrong actually, maybe a Poe historian would tell me I'm wrong and they got it spot on, but I don't think that Poe acted much like John Cusack's version. John Cusack did a great job of doing sort of this fake version of Poe. It's kind of hard to explain because in one way it is fiction. But in another way, I think people's expectations were that it would be a bit more dark and dreary. And it's definitely more of like an action-y dark and dreary. It's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully that makes sense. So like I said, I did enjoy it. I had fun with it. It is a great, fun, whodunit sort of movie. And once again, the tone and that time period, just the whole setting and everything right off the bat, that I love, so I couldn't help but being kind of swept off my feet by it right away. While I had fun with it, I can definitely see why people wouldn't. It's going to be interesting to see how people react to it for sure. This is a tough one to review and discuss because I do feel like it's sort of right up my alley for a lot of reasons, and it's kind of almost like a guilty pleasure thing for me, so I can't tell if it's actually good or if I just was like duped into thinking it's good because it kind of like tricked me, almost. So getting a little more detailed, the plot, once again, a fictional plot, obviously. Nobody knows what happened in the final days of Poe, and this is sort of like, yeah, this is what happened. And very obviously just crazy. It's not trying to say, like, this is maybe what happened. Totally fictional. It's basically a whodunit story, and the thing is, it really could work with any author, I guess. Like, you could make it a Stephen King movie and have it be Stephen King's killers come to life, or Stephen King's stories come to life, I should say. But they chose Edgar Allan Poe because, it's just a lot cooler that way. The time period is better. The stories are more well-known, and so I think that that's what people are going to miss. They're like, why did they make this fake story about Poe? Well, in my opinion, they made the fake story and used Poe. They didn't make it around Poe, although maybe they did, but god damn, this is really hard to explain. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. I feel like the story, like the structure of it could work with somebody else, but they put Poe into it. That's the way I'm looking at it, and maybe that's why I kind of feel a little better about it. But as far as the story goes, the whodunit story, I really enjoyed it. I I didn't know who it was. I was not guessing till the end because it's not really like a guess who it is movie, more like a find out who it is movie. And when you find out, it's very satisfying, I think. And I definitely enjoyed the overall whodunit story for sure. Directing-wise and visually, once again, they got me. They had me at hello as far as visuals go, and I didn't mean to rhyme that, though. But the tone and the setting are great. Once again, maybe just for me. Maybe not everybody loves this, but I absolutely do. I'm a huge sucker for it. So they really did a great job with that. I would love to have seen more of it, to be honest with you. I could just go to a time period like that at any point, and I just love it. It almost kind of felt like, you were like following Jack the Ripper or something like that. It was very, very cool. As far as the movie goes, like the structure of it and the pacing, I thought it was well-paced. It kind of, kept going along and it took you along for the ride. And finally, the acting, I thought, was really good. I mean, like I said, I thought John Cusack's Poe wasn't what I would have expected or really hoped for, I guess. However, I think that the Poe that they went with, he did a good job with it. I like John Cusack in general, so I think he did a pretty good job with that. Everybody else in the cast was great. Really, that wasn't an issue at all. And I have to say, when you find out who's doing everything, I thought that the person, the actor, was very good. The ending is very good, like the whole kind of... You'll see, I just thought it was really cool. And overall, even though this review was extremely difficult, and I didn't think it would be when I got started, I just kind of jumped right into it, but to be quite honest, this is a strange movie in the sense that I don't know how people are going to react to it. I don't even know how I feel about it, because I feel like it may have been a guilty pleasure sort of thing for me, in which case it might not be a good movie, but I'm going to just tell you how I feel about it. I thought it was a good movie. I will admit that I am not sure that everyone will like it. I do think people will have some problems with various aspects of it, but I did enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with it, and hopefully you will too. Let me know what you thought, of course, in the comments. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Are you in between? Let me know what you thought. Do you agree or disagree with anything that I said? Let me know how you felt about the Poe that they went with, I guess, or John Cusack's depiction of Poe. Let me know if you're a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe. Was that accurate? Was it totally off? I honestly don't know. I expect that it's a little off, but let me know what you think about that. Let me know anything you want about The Raven, and that's pretty much it.
I'll send you to hell! No matter how this ends, I will kill him.